What's good, y'all? I wanted to talk about the fuck zone. And so, a lot of y'all, probably all of y'all, know what the friend zone is, right? And so, for as long as I can remember, the general consensus has been if a dude approaches a young lady with romantic interests, if something he says or does early on sours her interest in him, um, but there's still some value in him as a person, she'll put him in the friend zone, which essentially means there can never be a romantic connection between the two of those, even though she knows that's what he wants, and that she essentially just keeps him around to support her emotionally without giving him anything that he really wants in return, right? The friend zone. The fuck zone is the flip side to that coin in a way, right? So if I approach you with romantic interest, there could be something that you say in that early interaction that makes me feel like, oh, she's absolutely not relationship material, but she's still attractive and could serve some value to me physically, i.e., sex. And so she henceforth is placed in the fuck zone. Um, though it's not something that we've typically vocalized, or at least not in that way, it's commonly something that is understood between men that we fuck zone women who, for whatever reason, don't meet the criteria we've set for ourselves for a romantic partner, a real relationship, but because they're still physically attractive, there's value in a physical only relationship with them. Just like a man who has, for whatever reason, has soured her physical attraction to him, but for whatever reason still has some value to her as an emotional support, a companion of sorts, right? And so you get fuck zoned. And a lot of women, when they get fuck zoned, they kind of, in a way to kind of duck the accountability for whatever it was, that wherever it was they fell short to where that dude just didn't consider them a viable prospect for a real relationship, right? Women will try to twist it so they feel like there's nothing wrong with them and it's all on him. And so they'll convince themselves and try to convince others that just that dude just isn't the relationship type. That dude can't love for real. He's only out here fucking any woman. And he's not concerned with anything beyond just sex. When in actuality, in most circumstances with mature men, that couldn't be further from the truth. Now, if you're talking about guys that are in their late teens, early 20s, right? Young guys, not mature men, for the most part, men under the age of 25, then yeah, that guy is probably only interested in sex because he's not at the stage in his life where a relationship makes sense to begin with. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't become yet the man he's going to be, right? And so if we're talking about mature men, most of us want a relationship, just like y'all go into every interaction hoping that there's a possibility that maybe this could be the one, right? We do too. Just like y'all grew up wanting to be with Prince Charming, wanting to meet Prince Charming one day, we grew up wanting to be Prince Charming. We grew up on them same children's stories that y'all did. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to be the guy that sweeps you off your feet and creates the happily ever after. We want to be that. You know what I'm saying? And we go into every interaction once we reach a certain level of maturity where a relationship like that makes sense logically. Because remember, we're logical creatures, or at least more so than our female counterparts, right? Once we get to the point where a relationship makes sense, we're almost exclusively looking for that. And we're going into every potentially romantic interaction, hoping, just like y'all are, maybe she's the one. But just like early on, it's something we could say or do or not say or not do to make y'all feel like, oh, I can't be with that dude. If anything, he can give me what's of value to me, and I'm not going to give him anything because of what he's doesn't meet my criteria, right? Y'all do that all the time, and that's how we end up friend zoned. You know what I'm saying? We do that too. She doesn't meet the criteria for relationship, but there's still value in sex, and so she get, just like we get friend zoned, y'all get fuck zoned. And that's why oftentimes y'all see the dude that fuck zoned you wifing up somebody that you don't even think is on your level. Because whatever shit you did, it usually is some city girl shit, hot girl shit. Like, I see statuses all the time. I just saw one from a beautiful young lady talk about she's sick of dudes not paying a bill. If you say some shit like that, I'm going to think right away, you got a city girl mentality. You're immediately, in my mind, not good enough to be my girlfriend. If I think you got any kind of city girl mentality or hoe mentality and all that, expecting me to start paying your bills just because you're a pretty girl, that's hoe mentality. That's city girl shit. That'll get you fuck zoned real quick. You know what I'm saying? In this age of social media, a lot of times when I approach a young lady in person and I'm interested, I don't even ask her for her phone number because that's invasive under some circumstances. You know what I'm saying? If I want to continue the conversation nowadays, I'll say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Let me follow you on Instagram. I'll reach out that way, or Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I'll ask for your social media. I really don't ask for phone numbers anymore. You know what I'm saying? And so if you're the type of woman that posts shit like that on social media, you know what I'm saying, as if a man owes you money just for your time, that's the type of shit that'll get you fuck zoned. Because if you think you're entitled to my money that I worked my motherfucking ass off to get to the level that I'm at, to be the kind of man that you say you want, I know that most men don't work that hard. Work as hard as I work. Don't earn as much as I earn. Most men don't put in that level of work. I did put in that level of work. And so if you come at me feeling like you're just entitled to the fruits of my labor and you didn't put in no work like I know I did, I'm going to be put off. And you're immediately going to get fuck zoned. And you cannot escape the fuck zone. Once a man fuck zones you, you're never, ever, ever relationship material in that man's eyes ever again. Like how we can escape the friend zone. You know what I'm saying? How so many women who have previously friend zoned me over the years past have offered to, you know what I'm saying, grant me clemency from the friend zone. It don't work like that with us. Because again, we're not going off how you make us feel. We're going off of what we think about about the observable behavior in you. You know what I'm saying? And making the best logical decision we can given the information we have. And if that information leads us to believe that you're the type that looks at our wallet first and our humanity second, you're not worthy of a relationship. So you get fuck zoned. And that is why a lot of y'all think you can't find a good man. You actually run across them every day, but they don't consider you to be a good woman. And that's why they don't show you that side of themselves that you're looking for. Message.